Hello everybody, my name is Mike Slimak and I am a master's candidate in Quinnipiac University's Interactive Media program. Today I'm going to be showing you my Capstone project. It's a website for a prototype web app called UMAP. It's located online at umap.net. That's umapp.net. So the idea behind UMAP was to create an interactive walking map for college campuses. Now, what do I mean by interactive? Well, let's say you're a student leaving your dorm room to head to class. You pass one of the school's athletic fields on your way, and suddenly UMAP alerts you to intramural soccer tryouts happening at 6:30 on that very field. If you're interested, you can click the pop-up window to get more information. If not, you just simply X out of the screen and continue along. UMAP is going to alert you to events and activities happening near your location as you cross campus, so you never have to miss out again. Another key component to UMAP's interactivity involves the various facilities that you find on a college campus. Dorms, academic buildings, theaters, museums, even points of interest are all clickable items on the integrated Google map that can give you a brief history of the structure as well as departmental and faculty directories. You just simply touch the icon and navigate to the appropriate links where applicable. So this web app was born out of the need to find an extremely portable and easily updatable replacement to cumbersome folding maps. You know, the ones that you get during your freshman year or orientation that are usually outdated by the time that they're printed. It's also the desire of this particular app to fulfill a need by both parents and administrators to have students explore campus and take advantage of everything that it has to offer. I know in talking with friends and colleagues about this project, the one overwhelming regret that they had about their college experiences was that they wished they were more involved on campus. With UMAP, at least in theory, opportunities that students might not otherwise have known about will be just a smartphone tap away. So let me give you a little history about this, the development of the app. Originally, I had planned UMAP to be a native iOS app, but learning the ins and outs of Apple's architecture as well as the coding involved to make it a fully interactive program meant that I had to reduce the scope of the project to meet my deadline. In the end, I was able to use a combination of HTML5 and Google's online spreadsheet program called Fusion to realize the final product that you see right here. Not only that, Fusion proved to be such a great and robust tool, it essentially eliminated the need for me to use both Google Maps and Google Places to accomplish my goal. Instead, I simply determined the latitude and longitude of events and buildings on campus. I entered their information into the Google Fusion spreadsheet, and I had the program plot out points on a Google map for me. I was then able to use inline CSS and a programming language Fusion uses called closure templates to create the various info windows that pop up once a point on the map is clicked. Originally, I was hoping to use custom markers for the map, but the people that I had talked to and consulted about the program and the app convinced me that using well-known and universally understood icons were better options than reinventing the wheel. While the app, as it currently stands, isn't able to alert users to events and activities based on their proximity to them, it's hoped that in future iterations we'll be able to realize that feature. So let me take you through a quick tour of the site. Now, this website is just a standard single-page HTML5 website. It was based on a template that I found online and I extensively reworked. It's broken up into three main sections: About, Map, and Spread the Word, as you can see at the top navigation bar. So if we click on About, we just basically get a little about UMAP. Now, you may have noticed that there are some features on here, like the giant stag statue in the background, that seem to be already filled in. It was my belief that showing this particular app used in its native environment would be a better way to showcase its features. So in this case, I've chosen Fairfield University, of which I am an employee. So I thought this would be a neat way to show UMAP's features to everybody. So again, we click About. We're in the About section. We get a little blurb about UMAP and its development, why it's around why it is the way it is, but we're also letting people know that this is my capstone project for Quinnipiac University. We have a link to Quinnipiac as well as the interactive media program. But we also let people know that this particular website is in no way, shape, or form affiliated with Fairfield U. But if you need to get information about Fairfield U, there's a link you can click to get to the university's website. So the second part of the map happens to be the biggest part, the draw of the whole web app. This is the map that was built in Google Fusion. And as you can see, that there are icons here that are easily understood. We have our red beds here for dorm rooms. We have our little green guy playing here for athletic fields. We have our little medical cross up here for our med center, as well as our policemen here for campus security. The larger yellow buildings here happen to be administrative buildings. Our fork and knife are dining facilities. Our theaters have the masks over here. Our facilities management buildings happen to have the little wrench. We have our campus chapel here. And we also happen to have our academic buildings outlined here as these small yellow buildings. And the main part of UMAP, the events and activities, are listed with these little blue eyes, these little information icons. So if we're clicking on these particular icons here, if we click on academic building, we have Xavier Hall. We have an image of Xavier along with a listing of the departments that happen to be included. So the University Media Center is in Xavier Hall. And we have two links, About and Directory. About, if we click on it, we get Fairfield University's production facilities history here as far as what the program is all about and what's included. And also, if we click on Directory, we get a directory for the media production group. So you can see all the staff and their contact information here. And we can just X out of that. We can get information about dorm rooms. Here we have Campion Hall with a picture so people know what they're walking by. And also a link to Fairfield University's website where there's more information about Campion Hall. Again, it was decided that instead of cramming a bunch of information into a small info window, it would be best to show a picture, at least for the dorms, and give students a link to the Fairfield University website where they can get more information about it in more detail. Now, if we go to our activities, we're clicking here and we have intramural tennis club tryouts. There's no image available. There's nothing to see for the tryouts, but we know that this is happening on the tennis courts. Why? Because we have this icon here for the tennis courts. So if we click on this again, we find out that it is taking place on Saturday, September 16th at 1 p.m. If you need to get in for more information, you contact John Smith at extension 2960, and participants must bring their own tennis racket. And all these I's are dotted across campus here, no pun intended. We see here at the Quick Center, Open Visions Forum. We have CBS News correspondent Steve Croft at the Quick Center starting at 8 p.m. on the 16th. And some of these windows for events and activities will have clickable links that take you back to Fairfield U's website to get more information about it. Again, not cramming all the information into the info window, giving students, faculty, and staff the opportunity to click the link and get more information via Fairfield U's website. All right, and the third part, which happens to be the newest part of this particular web app, is Spread the Word. Now, Spread the Word basically is our social media way of letting people know about events and activities happening on campus that aren't necessarily listed on that map. So if you are faculty or staff or a student and you see something going on that isn't on UMAP, you can use social media to let people know that, hey, this is happening. this is happening here at this time, at this place. You have links to Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and Tumblr. And as part of this website, it is fully responsive. So we can show you here the responsive design view. We have our smartphone view. Scale it up to tablet size. And take it back up to desktop. So it's a fully responsive site. And there you have it. All right, so creating this prototype gave me pretty much tremendous insight into how the whole interactive media project is planned and implemented. Defining the potential problem areas and coming up with alternatives was definitely instrumental in the completion of this project. And although there were dilemmas that I didn't necessarily anticipate, having an encouraging and knowledgeable support system proved absolutely indispensable. I can definitely say that I feel more confident about my abilities in this field after having finished UMAP. Seeing a project like this through from conceptualization to realization is something that I wouldn't have dreamed I'd be able to do at the start of the interactive media program. Now I can't wait to get started on my next app. So I hope you've enjoyed this brief overview of my Capstone project. If you have any questions or comments, I can be contacted at mjslimak@quinnipiac.edu. That's mjslimak@quinnipiac.edu. Thank you for your time.